Good afternoon. The former US President Donald Trump has been charged with plotting to overturn the election that he lost. He's accused of lying about winning that election, trying to persuade the vice president to overturn the results, and it's alleged those lies led to supporters storming the Capitol building. Our US correspondent Dan Rivers on the new charges against the man who wants to return to the White House.
This is CNN Breaking News.
This is CNN's live breaking news coverage of dramatic and historic moments unfolding right here in Washington.
The breathless coverage in the US media as news broke of this indictment reflected the unprecedented situation America now finds itself in.
Former President Donald Trump indicted for a third time.
A former president charged with trying to overturn the results of the last election while simultaneously running for the next one. This case is even more serious than the previous two and centres on the tumultuous events of January the 6th, 2021, when rioters broke into the Capitol. Late last night, the Department of Justice's special counsel outlined the gravity of the case against Donald Trump.
The attack on our nation's Capitol on January 6th, 2021 was an unprecedented assault on the seat of American democracy. As described in the indictment, it was fueled by lies. Lies by the defendant targeted at obstructing a bedrock function of the U.S. government, the nation's process of collecting, counting, and certifying the results of the presidential election.
This indictment includes 6 unnamed co-conspirators, one of whom is thought to be former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani. The long-time Trump ally repeatedly pushed the stolen election narrative.
I'll be darned if they're going to take away our free and fair vote!
But this indictment shows how it was Team Trump which was in fact plotting to steal an election. It claims the 45th president and his associates repeatedly told pervasive and destabilizing lies about voter fraud.
And our election was so corrupt that in the history of this country, we've never seen anything like it.
And they were involved in a conspiracy to send fake electors from battleground states to fraudulently certify the result in Donald Trump's favor. On his social media platform, Donald Trump's campaign said the prosecution was reminiscent of Nazi Germany, the Soviet Union, and other authoritarian regimes. Donald Trump will appear at this court in Washington tomorrow, where he'll be arraigned in a case which could overlap with the next election, thrusting the United States into a potential crisis as justice and politics collide. Dan Rivers, ITV News, Washington.
A Scottish court has ruled a suspected rapist who has been accused of faking his own death to avoid prosecution can be extradited to the US. Nicholas Rossi has claimed he's an Irish orphan called Arthur Knight and is a victim of mistaken identity. American officials say he's a fugitive who fled to the UK to evade justice after being accused of raping a woman in 2008. The Strictly Come Dancing judge, Anton de Beck, says he was stabbed by his alcoholic father as a child. The professional dancer said he spent 3 days in hospital after being stabbed in the stomach and leg on Boxing Day at the family home in Kent. Layla Hayes has more.
He is the consummate entertainer, but Anton de Beck used his talent to escape a difficult childhood. Talking to Kate Garraway, he's now revealed that he was stabbed by his own father.
Was the violence towards you?
Me, yeah. I've never spoken about this before in my entire life, actually. I wanted a new start and a new beginning. I mean, I ended up in hospital for 3 days, but it was...
Did you?
Yeah.
Why? What happened?
I got stabbed. I've never said this out loud before.
He said the incident happened on Boxing Day at the family home in Kent while his father was struggling with alcoholism.
He didn't want to be defined by it. His dad was very anti him dancing, anti many things, as we can see. And he talks about lots of decisions, including everything surrounding his name. I don't want to give anything away, that came out of not wanting to be defined, actually not even want to give him the oxygen of talking about it, not it being a pity party. And he's incredibly bright and it's really moving.
His father was cleared in court of wounding his son and has since died. But behind the sparkles, the trauma of Anton Dubek's childhood is still being felt today. Layla Hayes, ITV News.
The pop star Lizzo is being sued by 3 former dancers who've accused the Grammy winner of sexual and racial harassment, fat shaming and false imprisonment.
Turn up the music, turn down the lights.
Lizzo is widely considered an icon of inclusivity and body positivity. She hasn't responded to the claims. Next, the Greek Prime Minister has offered a free holiday to Rhodes for anyone whose break was cut short because of the wildfires. The island is now back to normal. With the details of the surprise offer, here's Neil Connery. What did the Greek Prime Minister say and how might it work?
Well, it's just 10 days since those dramatic wildfires that we saw on Rhodes. More than 20,000 people, including thousands of British tourists, had to be evacuated from part of the island's east coast. Now, it was a traumatic time for all of those involved. Now, the Greek Prime Minister, Kyriakos Mitsotakis, has told ITV's Good Morning Britain that those tourists forced to flee from the affected areas will now be offered a free 1-week holiday in Rhodes by the Greek government. Those holidays will be available in spring and autumn of next year. It's not clear yet if flights will be included. Now, he said that wildfires had affected some 15% of the island of Rhodes, but the situation is now back to normal. And this announcement, I think, it shows just how important tourism is for the Greek economy. It represents something like 25% of the country's GDP.
Neil Connery, thank you very much. Thank you. Finally, a lottery in the US is set to become the largest prize in history. Queues were seen outside shops yesterday for the Mega Millions jackpot, which had passed the $1 billion mark. But there was no winner for the 30th draw in a row, meaning it's now grown to an eye-watering $1.25 billion. That's it. Lucrezia's here at 6:30 from me. Bye-bye.